Certainly the best thing that de Minaur could do early in this match is have a few good points and winners and build some confidence. Get himself into the match right away.
Yeah, 100%. And also get Cilic worried. That's also a key component to this, because obviously he's the overwhelming favorite.
Some numbers on Marin Cilic and his performance through 2 rounds. He's winning 79% of his first serve points, and he's been very effective at converting break points in matches. 13 of 20, that's 65%. His season-long rate in 2018 is only 35% of converting break points. So when opportunities presented itself, he's taken advantage. On the other side of the coin, de Minaur is winning 61% of his opponent's second serve points.
The thing I love about de Minaur, and a lot will be talked about this as his career goes on, is how quickly he recovers his position. And when he's wide, he gets out of the shot so quickly to find his way back to the middle of the court. He's such a fast twitch muscles that you need in this sport. He's got plenty of them. Of course, spent a good deal of time in Spain. His parents moved there when when he was relatively young.
You were saying?
It's incredible how quickly he gets out of the shot, because you can see here, look at the recovery, the planting of the outside leg, how quick he is to get here. And what that will also do is it will deter Cilic somewhat from actually moving forwards throughout the course of the match, because when you've been burnt early like that, now you're just wondering a little bit.
Nice little spin around and the point back at his box. Almost like saying to the coach, "You told me, I did it."
He's got a man in his corner who's was pretty good at that, isn't he?
40-30.
Almost took a running jump at that one. Obviously the second serve, interesting, Cilic's second serve speeds are actually only around the mid-90s usually, so it's not, he doesn't have one of the biggest second serves on the tour by comparison to a lot of players. And already here, there's a large majority of this crowd that are behind this young man, aren't they?
The Australian fans travel well to support their players.
Backhand is certainly, I think, the more reliable shot of the two. The forehand is a little funky, but he's been able to manage it pretty well so far this season. Look where he's standing to return the first serve as well. I mean, he is on the baseline there. He's taken away that wide serve. Cilic likes that wide one.
So a break opportunity in his first service game of the match for the young one. Couldn't catch up to that one in time to put it back in play. What's Cilic asking about?
Ian Steiner in the chair. Asking maybe about the balls, possibly.
If there's not enough tennis balls out there.
Yeah.
Did we put one into the stands?
Remember.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
And he has taken up a very strong position to return the Cilic first serve. Not too many guys are able to stand up to it.
Double fault sets up a second break point chance. Ace will fix that. Alex de Minaur started this season, 2018, at number 208 in the world. 15 times over the season, he's upped his career high. Right now, his career high 43rd in mid-August. Playing at 45th here, but as you said, that's going to go way up again off of the results of this tournament.
And the good news is he's got nothing to defend for the rest of the year, so he's playing with house money until basically gets to January. I mean, there's every possibility, just almost certain, I would say, he'll be seated in Australia. I'm sure he's got greater ambitions than just that one.
Game Cilic.
So Cilic able to save 2 break points and hold serve to open the match. And they will trade ends, and we'll see the serve of Alex de Minaur for the first time. Talked about the young player. Let's talk about Marin Cilic, who comes in here not far off his career high ranking that he achieved in January after going all the way to the final in Australia.
Yeah, heck of a run, wasn't it? And, had he perhaps have just been a little more on it at the start of the 5th set against Federer, he may well have got the better of him. Of course, he had those break points, couldn't take them, and Federer was able to run away with it in the end.
Love 15.
Married just a little earlier in the season. He's had his honeymoon just after Wimbledon, so got a good break. I mean, obviously the loss at Wimbledon to Guido Pella was the result that perhaps stands out more than anything else, but was able to take a good extended break after that.
So a little pressure on the serve of de Minaur in this opening service game for him. Young man who's had a very good summer with some good wins. Thinking particularly of the tournament in Washington, City Open. Boy, he caught up to that.
Yeah, and you could see Cilic's first step after he hit the forehand, because he actually started to take the step in, but he was deterred by what had already happened. So he's hit this ball, he's looked to take a step forwards, and then he's realized it's not quite good enough, and he's got himself caught up in a difficult part of the court.
Talked about good wins at Washington. Vasek Pospisil, Steve Johnson, Yeon Chung, Andy Murray. But that was a walkover. And Andre Rublev before getting to the final. And eventually losing to Alexander Zverev in the final. But great tournament for him this summer.
Yeah, the match with Rublev was enormous. I mean, he was match points down there. He was in real trouble. A testament to his character. And you suspect it won't be the only match he plays where he's a point from defeat and still turns it around. He's just that sort of character.
Making Cilic play the extra ball in spectacular fashion.
Well, I hope Cilic had a decent hitting partner this afternoon who was capable of getting plenty of balls back, because he's hit 3 or 4 there that wouldn't have come back against many other players.
And so now the break opportunity for Cilic.
Net for service.
Cilic with the early break.
Well, coming into this match, Cilic average forehand speed 75 miles an hour, average backhand speed 69. That was almost, collectively, both they're almost 8 miles an hour quicker than de Minaur was hitting the ball over the course of the first couple of rounds. And I think we've already seen evidence of the big strike that this guy possesses in this match. But he's had to work hard, hasn't he?
I was just thinking, I hope Cilic has got an extra pair of shoes or two, because he's going to run a lot tonight, it looks like.
De Minaur certainly is.
Yeah, he had the second longest rally of the tournament so far in that match against Tiafoe.
Love 50.
He had one of no, I checked that. My bad. It's the 4th and 5th longest. He had a rally of 35 and 30 shots with Tiafoe. 4th and 5th longest of the tournament starting play today.
$15.
Cilic played very well leading in the first set against Nadal, and Canada was probably the best set of tennis or one of the best sets of tennis he's ever played. Couldn't quite see him through. Of course, lost in 3 there. Same for the match against Djokovic in Cincinnati. It was exceptionally hot that day when he lost to the Serb in the semi-finals. Produced a high level. A little more pace. I'll be a little careful as well. You don't let Cilic hit too many forehands, because the return there was nice and early, but just didn't quite get the ball out of the middle of the court.
And after saving 2 break points in his first service game and getting a service break on de Minaur, here Cilic is going to offer up a couple of more break points to the young Australian.
30,
It's good
14.
depth. And was really what beat de Minaur there. Quite do enough with the forehand, and that's the shot I think that, as we say, will need a little bit of developing. If it is that shot going to become any bigger, it's any kind of flat strike. Backhand has more shape to it.
Game de Minaur.
Missed it and gave the service break right back. They've traded breaks here early on. Alex de Minaur serving here. Now back on serve at 1-2.
That was some
Love
forehand.
15.
I mean, it wasn't working with a whole lot there. He has come out striking the ball well as Cilic. You sort of feel that the miss at the end of the last game in many ways is sort of out of respect to the movement of this guy, because he was just trying to take it a little too close to the lines. That's the danger when you face someone who moves as well as de Minaur. You just get a little sucked into over-pressing.
Curious when you play someone you've never played before. You can read all the scouting reports and watch all the film and have the coach tell you all the things they want, but doesn't it take you just a little bit to get a feel for what they do, start to process it in your mind?
Yeah, it's more the ball, isn't it? I think it's more the shape of the ball that's coming at you, because that's the difference. You know, everyone obviously hits with a little different spin, a little different shape. So, but I think, you know, as you say, certainly these guys will come on court very prepared, very clued up as to the patterns. Interesting looking at de Minaur's second serve
30, 15.
this morning from his first couple of rounds. I mean, almost exclusively on the second serve. He goes T on the deuce and wide on the ad, so he doesn't change it up a whole lot. You know, so Cilic will be hopefully aware of those patterns, so he's able just to wait for the second serves. Whether he can do something with them is another story.
122.
14, 15.
Fastest serve of the match for de Minaur.
Game de Minaur.
Hold of serve with the ace, and we're at 2 games apiece in this opening set. USOpenShop.org is the official shop for 2018 US Open merchandise, and boy, they've got a lot. Largest selection of tees, caps, towels, outerwear, and collectibles. For 2018, it's USOpenShop.org.
Have you got a lot though, Alan? That's what I want to know.
You know what? I haven't ventured over yet this year. I have in years past.
Okay.
I'm a towel collector when I do these tournaments, the majors. And I bring another one home, and my wife says, "Another towel, imagine that."
Early is he taking the Cilic serve so far, that second serve? I mean, you can see Marin already shaking his head.
Mr. de Minaur.
Right, up the tee, and a challenge coming from de Minaur. Chase review. Yeah.
15 all. Mr. de Minaur has
What
two
must go
challenges.
through these line judges' minds when they call for one of these reviews? Of course, electronic line calling on all tournament courts this year at the U.S. Open for the first time.
Oh, that's one way to counter the position that de Minaur's taken up, just by going straight at him. It's going to make him think a little bit.
Yeah, hard to get much on that when the racket's up next to your face and your elbows down against, pinned against your side.
Net for service.
Mentioned it's far from as warm as it was earlier in the week. Good 20 degrees cooler than the daytime matches and a good 10 to 12 degrees cooler than some of the nighttime matches, but it's very humid still. I mentioned that as we watched Cilic bend over to begin his bounce before his serve toss, and the sweat just runs off his forehead and his nose that last time.
Not sure what he's asking about here either. He was looking at the lines person down on the near side. Demonar certainly feeding off the pace nicely so far.
That's where his coaching box is here at Louis Armstrong also.
14-13.
Wouldn't be surprised in this match if Cilic just dipped into the slice backhand a little more. And Demonar is a guy who does enjoy the pace. We talk about it being a big ball. It's one of the challenges. He's obviously got to match up, but he likes to use pace. So obviously there is a lot of it coming his way, but wouldn't be surprised if Cilic just would maybe use the slice a little bit just to ask Demonar to produce some of his own. The shot we've seen Cilic use more, I think, in the last couple of seasons. That backhand wing.
Game Cilic.
Took something off that second serve in a big way and gets the service hold to bring us to 3-2 in this opening set. Cilic and Demonar. U.S. Open third round play. Marin Cilic, Alex Demonar looking to fill in the last line in the draw for the fourth round. We're on serve in this first set. Demonar serving at 2-3. So random thing, but we just heard it. I've been asked by people, what's that squealing noise you hear sometimes? Well, the design of this Louis Armstrong Stadium is for natural airflow to come through. The sides of the arena are very open. They have these big terracotta tiles, that louvers basically, that can close in the weather and things like that. But it's open. Well, the Long Island Railroad tracks run right behind these stadiums. Left a little much on the bone. So, whereas the side of Arthur Ashe Stadium is solid, the grandstand at the far end of the stadium, this one is more open. And so when the trains come by, they're on a curve, and you hear sometimes those old railroad wheels squealing on the rails. It's like over in Grandstand sometimes if a police car is going by on the Grand Central, one of the expressways just out to the side of where Grandstand is at the edge of the property. You'll hear it. A motorcycle, a loud car. Ooh, heads up.
Well, that was just a little bit tougher than Federer's one earlier on.
Yeah.
Not making light of Federer's shot, but just had to go round the umpire's chair as well.
Yeah.
Heck of a shot from Demonar here, though, to get as much pace on that one as he did.
After seeing Federer's earlier today, Cilic thought, why not? Ah, nice.
Yeah, that's a perfect illustration of what Frances Tiafoe was talking about. Look how quickly, diagonally he moves forward there. I mean, a lot of players would just be kind of waiting for that one, but he's right on it. He's a big, his ability to move diagonally forwards to the ball is exceptional.
Some people cover a lot of ground because they're big. They have long legs. A few strides get him a long way. He covers a lot of ground because he has really quick feet. Service hold.
It's interesting in this sport, a lot of people talk about small steps, but it's the opposite in tennis. You need big steps in tennis. You know, you need big steps. The shorter amount of time your feet can spend on the court, the better, because obviously the more time your feet are on the court, the more time you're actually losing time. So, you know, the bigger steps you can get, the better it is. And then, of course, it becomes about recovery out of the shot. And that's what de Minaur does so well. You know, his ability, his strength in decelerating out of the shot is critical.
And in a match that started like this one has already, if you're Cilic, patience is going to be a virtue.
It is. And discipline as well, because de Minaur's a sort of player that can force you into errors and force you into going for too much too soon.
Has to play the extra ball, but makes it count.
And again, a lot of players in this situation would not have been able to hit a topspin 4, and a lot of players have actually gone with the slice here, but look, he's already got the capabilities. He backs his movement, he knows he's going to get there, so he feels like he can still hit through the ball and obviously get a bit more purchase on it.
Oh, he got to it.
Staggering movement. I mean, this was a very good drop shot here. de Minaur's on the back foot. You can see, again, it's that kind of initial first couple of steps that are so critical in terms of him managing to make the ground up. What an athlete.
And just that little, watch the wrist just flick.
And he knows
across.
Yeah, and he knows exactly what he wants to do as he's making that run.
Very impressive for de Minaur. Covering a lot of ground and certainly showing already he's going to ask a lot of questions of Cilic tonight that he's going to have answers for.
He certainly is.
Another break opportunity created.
What a steal this would be from being 30 love down and picking up that drop shot. And you get the sense that actually the point at 30 love has got in Cilic's head a bit, isn't it? Because just those couple of errors he missed almost just look like he's over pressing a little.
Ready, the fourth break chance in the match for de Minaur. He converted one. Needed to get a break back that he gave up earlier. Cilic overcooks it. de Minaur with a second service break. And he'll serve leading 4-3 opening set. Chase review, not even close. The 2014 U.S. Open winner, Marin Cilic, down a break to Alex de Minaur, the 19-year-old from Australia, who serves here at 4-3.
Love 15.
First double of, second double of the match, excuse me, for de Minaur. Dropping his first serves in at a 53% rate, but winning his second serves at a 63% rate. 5 of 8. And gets that one to go in the one column.
Mentioned those patterns have been pretty predictable so far. That kicker out wide on the ad. On there again. Cilic was sitting on it, but
it's one thing to see it, it's another to do something about it.
especially when you've got a guy who covers the court as well as de Minaur does.
Mm.
Fourteen, 15.
Here's that second serve. See if the pattern holds. He'll hold serve. 5-3. Game away from taking the opening set.
de Minaur leads against the 3 first set.
Very interesting beginning to this match. This clash of styles between the power-hitting Cilic and the scat-back de Minaur. Understanding that scat-back is sort of an American football term. A running back carries the football that's maybe smaller in stature and not the big bruiser, but he's quick, quick. And deceiving with his speed sometimes.
That was on your wavelength. I knew what you meant.
Well, we're going to how many countries around the world? I just figured I better explain myself.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't try this at home. I'm a trained professional.
It's about first unforced error he's made in about 4 games. And he'll be annoyed because Cilic has just looked a little unconvincing off the ground since being broken.
Thirty, 15.
Well, he actually started off hitting the ball very cleanly, Cilic, didn't he? But things have gone a little awry in these last couple of games.
Well, being made to play the extra ball.
100%.
You know, when you think you've got the .1, but you don't.
Yeah. Because what happened in the first few games is just in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
At the moment, he's hitting it. He's got a forehand. He's got plenty of time on, but he's under pressure to. He's annoyed because again he was waiting for the wide serve. That's the favourite serve of Cilic on the juice side. He likes that slider. Not being given much to work with de Minaur standing in that position.
Yes.
Hit it long. Six unforced errors to 6 winners in this set for Marin Cilic. And at 3-5, teetering a little bit.
Almost kind of think as well that every now and again he should just go up the middle, just go big up the middle, because de Minaur moves so well side to side that just by going up the middle occasionally, he may not win the point all the time, but you actually kind of just make him think about setting off too early in terms of his movement as well.
Makes sense.
Well, he points to a man in his corner who had a pretty good backhand pass on him. Leighton Hewitt made a fair few bucks out of this particular play, I can tell you. Nothing really wrong with what Cilic did there, but...
Same thing. You think you've got the .1.
Yeah.
Cilic only won 4 of 12 points in this set on his second serve.
Advantage, Cilic.
Ivan Sinkus on the left, and then on the right, Slaven, his physical trainer.
Trying to pick their man up.
Yeah, they're a tightly knit group. Team Cilic.
Well, if Cilic hasn't figured out by now, he's going to be in for a real fight tonight.
Second serve points won, a slightly worrying 5 of 14 as well. Saw this guy take apart Milos Raonic's serve earlier in the season in Brisbane. Not too many guys are able to do that, and he's already got his eye on the Cilic serve.
In each of the last 2 years, Marin Cilic has gone out of this U.S. Open in the third round. A year ago to Diego Schwartzman in 4 sets, and 2 years ago to Jack Sock in straights.
Yeah, the defeat to Sock was actually on the Louis Armstrong as well.
Game, Cilic.
So a hard-fought service hold for Marin Cilic to get to 4-5. de Minaur will serve for the first set in a moment. Alex de Minaur serving for the first set on 7th seed and former U.S. Open champion Marin Cilic. 5-4 in the first. First serve very effective for de Minaur in this match. 8 of 12. But his second serve, he's also won 7 of 10. He hasn't given Cilic much. It's 120. Fastest serve is 122 so far.
Yeah, decent pop for a guy his height. Cilic still, though, will be disappointed because both returns were really there. It was in the slot for him.
But Cilic has only been offered one break opportunity in the set by de Minaur. He did convert it. That was back at 1-love. After Cilic fought off 2 break points in the opening service game of the match. He went up 2-love, but then de Minaur broke back to make it 2-1. Broke again at 3-all to make it 4-3. And now serving with a couple of set points here at 5-4. Is another upset in the making on this upset-filled Saturday. Ready to begin the second set inside Louis Armstrong Stadium. 19-year-old Alex de Minaur of Australia taking the first set off the 7th seed Marin Cilic. Cilic to serve to see if he can change the tune in this stanza. There's that second serve that de Minaur has been able to take advantage of.
Cilic's forehand at the moment is not firing. And you can see by that little shadow swing that he's not comfortable with it. Is the side that will break down. There is an area of his game that's vulnerable. It can be the forehand. He's done so well to make the return there. That was a serve. It's a lot of movement to it, the Cilic serve. You know, when it lands, it's a lot of turn away from the right-hander, that one down the line.
People talked about Cilic is going to ask for a chase review on that serve. Thought maybe he caught a piece of the line on its way out the side door. Sure did.
And it's got to be his point surely as well.
Yeah. People talked about this court maybe being a little slower, or the courts being a little bit slower. When a ball's got a lot of spin on it and that court has the little bit of extra grit on it, magnified.
Yeah, I mean, obviously on a... On a gritty court, what tends to happen is the friction is more. So when the friction is more, it means it slows it down. And generally, if it's a slightly smoother kind of court, which you often get in Asia, Shanghai, for example, is an event that has generally a very smooth surface, it tends to be skiddier. So therefore, with a serve of Cilic's, you're going to pick up pace. It's all about friction, primarily, on these sorts of surfaces, where you can actually see with that particular court,
the light reflecting.
Yeah, it is quite a gritty sort of court, so therefore the ball's not going to travel through the court as quickly.
So service hold for Cilic to open the set. Yeah, when you have a ball that's spinning, you're watching it and you're expecting it to do a certain thing when it hits. And what it does is magnified or dampened by the grip on the court, the friction on the court.
Sure.
So if you're expecting that ball to hit and spin 4 inches toward you, throwing a number out, you might not have that exact, but you know, by feel, and it only goes 3, now it's a different place you're hitting it.
Exactly. Well, that depends on, of course, how new the balls are as well. That plays a big part in it. Courts in Melbourne over the last couple of seasons have been pretty quick. Whether that's been a conscious decision or not, I don't know, but that's certainly been good to see.
It's funny in so many sports how surfaces that should be so similar and identical can have such subtle differences that the best players, like those at the top level in tennis, can pick up on and can impact their game. Hockey, different arenas have different hardness of ice, humidity, temperature. They control that carefully, but there's still small differences. The puck plays differently down in South Florida.
Sure.
In Fort Lauderdale, where the Florida Panthers play, than it does in Montreal. A little 2-inch frozen rubber disc.
Yeah.
Know, and it just plays differently because the ice is a little different. A baseball hitting an artificial turf field bounces differently than a baseball on a natural grass field, and natural grass fields are different one than the other.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating how the best players can see those things and feel them. And most of us look at this court and say, well, how do you tell the difference?
And of course, we're only talking about differences on a hard court.
Yeah.
These guys are playing 4 different surfaces over the course of a season.
30-40.
Didn't quite have the shape there under pressure.
Cilic with an opportunity here to get an early break. Let's see if he can gain an advantage. He went up 2-0 in the opening set and wasn't able to hold that advantage. Wound up losing the set.
Yeah, he's put in a couple of very cheap returns. Cilic, it's again looking up towards the heavens, and no wonder, because that was not good.
Too far.
And almost a little too aggressive too early in the rally. And I just felt as though he was a ball up the middle, and he almost felt like he was trying to make something out of nothing there.
Great serve. Yielded the short return. Breakpoint saved. Service held by de Minaur.
Second set.
They're here.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere either after this start.
Yeah. One of the rare times Cilic has been able to get de Minaur far enough out of position that he couldn't recover.
And he still hit both lines. He went from one line to the other and still had to hit a third ball.
Novak Djokovic has just closed out Richard Gasquet. So this is the final match of this third round of the U.S. Open. And if Marin Cilic, the 7 seed, is going to advance, it's going to have to go on well into the night. Djokovic would match up against Joao Souza in the next round. 4-set win today for him over Luca Pouille.
Yeah, good story. Joao, first time ever into the second week of a major in singles. Just got a little bit more kick on the serve, a little bit more width, moving away from de Minaur.
Break chance.
And once again, it's his forehand that is proving to be very brittle this evening. No real commitment to that one.
Already the 6th opportunity for de Minaur to get a break point off of Cilic. He's converted 2 of the prior 5. Missed it. Service break. de Minaur. 2 games to 1 lead. Second set. Up a break, up a set. Alex de Minaur on Marin Cilic, serving in the second at 2-1. Youngest player remaining in the men's draw, 19 years old. Had won 54% of his return games in the tournament through the first 2 rounds. Terrific number. Trying to look and see what his biggest win has been so far.
In his career?
Yeah.
Raonic, I think. A little earlier in the season.
Yeah, lost there to Rafa. Chase review here. Very out.
Well, he's never beaten a top 10 player, I can tell you, so this would be a first this evening.
Milos was 24th when he beat him in Brisbane.
Never beaten a top 20 player either.
Service break consolidated, 3-game to 1 lead. Alex de Minaur. Some of those folks leaving that Djokovic match next door might look out here and say, huh, I want to check that out.
Well, this is a little reminiscent of the match with Guido Pella already at Wimbledon, given the nature of it, because Cilic was in complete control. Of course, he wasn't in complete control here, but it's the manner of the way the wheels have come off.
Don't forget to check out usopen.org for real-time match highlights, key stats. You can watch or listen to matches and more. usopen.org, the official tournament site. Cilic serving down a set and a break.
Well, he's used to getting a fair few unreturned serves as Cilic, and that's something he just hasn't had either this evening. It's not the luxury of being able to get too many free points.
Some real pressure on the 2014 champion. Did you see how quickly de Minaur ran in on that second serve?
He's been doing it all match, hasn't he? Just his willingness to take this on, back his timing, use the pace.
For those that might just be joining us after the conclusion of the Novak Djokovic win, Alex de Minaur, the 19-year-old, has been flying all over the court. That's what he's known for, but he has had every answer for Marin Cilic. And when he hasn't had the answer, Cilic has handed him a few of those.
Yeah, he's just not been able to hit through him at all.
It's made Cilic hit the extra ball, made Cilic question things that where he would normally hit and be done with a point, and has not made very many errors on his own. Cilic started the match by saving 2 break points to win the opening service game, then broke de Minaur in the second game. So Cilic was up 2 games to love, gave up a break to de Minaur, then de Minaur broke him again at 3-3 to go up 4-3, won the first set 6-4 in 46 minutes. De Minaur saved 2 break points to hold for 1-1, then broke Cilic the following game for 2-1.
15-14.
Consolidated, and it's where we are now at 3-1. And break points in hand again for de Minaur.
Well, collapse is a pretty strong word, but we are on the verge of a collapse here because Cilic's game has just completely gone AWOL. Ever really since he was broken in that first set. It was from that moment on that this match completely changed.
Game, de Minaur.
Another service break. 4 games to 1. Alex de Minaur over the 7-seed Marin Cilic in Armstrong. On a day and in a stadium where we've seen top seeds fall today at the U.S. Open, the 7-seed Marin Cilic down a set and a break to Alex de Minaur, the 19-year-old Australian, in the far court. Whew. If that fell, that might have been the total demoralizing moment for Cilic, because we've seen a couple of those go in for de Minaur in this match.
It was actually a good play going back behind him, isn't it? Because, I mean, he just recovers his position. He moves so well laterally that just by actually getting him to turn and change direction might be a better play.
Little opening here. Cilic can try and create a break. Leighton Hewitt looking on.
Yeah, Leighton Hewitt might get a fair bit of the credit, but in many ways he'd be the first to admit that Adolfo Gutierrez is the guy who's been putting in the hard yards. He's known him since he was about 8 or 9 years of age, when the family relocated to Spain. And in Alicante there, that's where he really learned his tennis. Family actually moved back for about 3 or 4 years when Alex was 15, but now based back in Spain again.
Again, making Cilic hit the extra ball.
And he was very lucky. This could have been very nasty because he has absolutely hurdled this chair. I mean, check this out. Just look at the end of the run here. How close he is to actually... Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, his leg, he has done so well to avoid clattering into the chair.
Ooh.
That could have been very dangerous. But lost causes. It's just something that happens to other people, isn't it? Alex de Minaur.
Not many people could even think to make an attempt like that to get over there. Cilic still with a chance to break. And really the first bit of momentum since the 1-0 game where Cilic broke to go up 2-0.
Yeah, and also the first kind of signs of a change of pace, a change of height. That forehand had a lot more spin to it. The ball's coming out of his comfort zone. Also saw a little bit of the short slice in that previous game, in that last game, so he's starting to think a bit more. He has to do that. Minaur's been just thoroughly enjoyed the pace that has been coming his way.
See if Cilic can build some momentum here on the back of that service break at 2-4. Not like Marin would be a stranger to having to go 4 or 5 sets to get a win in a Grand Slam.
Mm-hmm.
Love 15.
It's unusual for him. You don't see him make that aggressive step in the court too often to try and hit the forehand from that position. He's quite happy. He backs his own pace, but obviously feeling as though he's got to take that just a little bit of extra time away from de Minaur.
Mr. de Minaur is challenging the call right first on line. What was called out?
All right, chase review asked for by de Minaur. That's the first moment of exasperation we've seen from the young Australian. Ball that was clearly out.
De Minaur has one chance. Hold.
Overruled from the chair. But no challenge from Cilic. And again on the Cilic second serve, de Minaur just about running in from the baseline, but that time not able to do anything with it.
Better hits, better depth on Cilic. So Cilic after the break holds serve, gets back to within a single breakdown in this second set. And still here in Louis Armstrong Stadium, waiting to see if another top player is going to get knocked out of this US Open in this final match of the day. Alex de Minaur up a set and a break on Marin Cilic. Trying to fill in the final line in the draw for fourth round play in 2 days' time for this side of the draw. Little Kevin Anderson-ish. Come on after those last 2 points. Well, here's an interesting statistic for you. Unreturned serves in this match. Cilic, overall so far. First serve. 19%. de Minaur, 32%. I mean, those are numbers that you would not expect.
Not by looking at the scoreline, right?
Cilic way down in terms of unreturned serves as well, compared to his first couple of rounds. I mean, you'd expect it to be lower because of the quality of the returner he's facing, but... de Minaur's just made so many good returns. Kind of blunted. That's kind of one of this guy's biggest weapons.
Oh! A point that summarizes what we've seen the whole match.
And it's a real testament to his quality that I think that might be the first 2 slice backhands early in the rally that we've seen him hit the entire match. He moves so well, he so rarely actually hit the actual slice. but his forehand on the run this evening from that position has been off the charts. Incredible shot.
But Cilic can't hold the momentum from the break and the hold. De Minaur holds serve, and now he's within a game of going up 2 sets.
As we say, you know, movement, it's one thing being able to get there, but the most important part of your movement is your ability to recover. It's your position out wide, it's your big step out wide, it's your strike, and then how quickly you actually get back to the middle. And he does that probably, well, certainly from what we've seen here so far, about as well as anyone.
Yeah, and it's not just that he's getting there, but he's getting some pace and some location on the ball when he's sending it back.
Yeah.
It's not like that he's just reaching it and just doing anything to lob it over the net.
Yeah, you just watch De Minaur, and you watch when he moves to his right, how quickly he lands on his right foot, and how quickly as he strikes, he's recovering. So as he's striking the ball, he's already making a recovery back to the middle.
But it doesn't take anything off his shot.
No. And he see the ball so early. You know, we saw it earlier in the season in his win over Raonic, and a lot of people were talking that day about how incredible his return game was. And he made Raonic look very uncomfortable on his own deal that day. And he's doing the same with Cilic.
Winner of this one gets Goffin in the next round. Got some really interesting round of 16 matches shaping up. Djokovic and Federer still on quarterfinal collision. Tomorrow, Thiem and Anderson, Del Potro and Coric, Isner and Raonic. Oh.
He's a little annoyed because he actually had a decent look at the backhand pass here and didn't do as much with it as he perhaps would have wanted to. It was a tough one. It was pretty deep in truth. Almost 50% of his return points this evening, Alex de Minaur. It's one of the biggest servers in the game.
No free ones for Cilic.
I mean, he's just dominating the baseline points, isn't he? He's dominating it primarily by his defense. And we talk about forcing errors. I mean, that's not really a forced error, but it's an error that's forced because of what we've already seen and because of this guy's movement. It's just in the back of his head, that Cilic's head, that everything has to just be that little bit better.
Advantage, De Minaur.
Set point.
I'm sure I've ever seen a guy recover out of his forehand as quickly as de Minaur has, or does. Extraordinary.
Now that second serve. Does de Minaur take those couple of big steps in as Cilic gets ready to strike? Double fault. The 7 seed is in trouble. inside Louis Armstrong Stadium.
By 2 sets to love.
Alex de Minaur serving to start the third set. He's taken the first two off of Marin Cilic. Is another single-digit seed about to go out of this U.S. Open on this Saturday. On this court earlier today, Alexander Zverev lost Philip Kohlschreiber with a phenomenal performance and win in a long, grinding match. Women's side, Angie Kerber, 4th seed, Petra Kvitova, 5th seed, both losing on this court earlier today.
Yeah, just for reference, Cilic has come back from 2 sets to love down 5 times in his career. The last time he did it was at the Australian Open back in 2017 against Jerzy Janowicz.
In order to think about a comeback, something's got to change. de Minaur's level has to fall off. He has to get tight, or Cilic has to find some answer that through an hour and a half of play in 2 sets he hasn't found yet.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cilic change the pace up a little bit. I'd like to see him use slice on the backhand a lot more. De Minaur's feeding off the pace. Well, he's quite happy to scurry and absorb what Cilic is giving him. He throws in the slice, he gives him something different, he draws him off the baseline, asks him to generate his own pace, mix the heights a little bit more, change the pace of the serve up occasionally. Get a few more first serves. De Minaur's being so aggressive off the second. It's not his natural way of playing. Cilic is a guy who's a gunslinger. He's a guy who likes to hit big from the back of the court. His patterns of play, that wide serve he uses well, it sets up the point for him.
He does what he does, and most times it works.
Yeah.
De Minaur holds serve to start this third set. Possibly the by far biggest win of his young career at hand. 208th in the world starting 2018. Comes in here playing at 45th. Looking to put the 7th seed behind him in a Grand Slam.
Interesting you were talking about the young guys, because potentially, obviously going forwards, I mean, we highlighted the rise they've had this season, but you look at the rankings and how they could well be a week on Monday after this event. You're going to have Coric in the top 20, 21 years of age. You're going to have Chung just outside the top 20, 22 years of age. Khachanov's going to be close to the top 20. He's 22. Shapovalov's 19. He's guaranteed to be inside the top 30. And then you've got this guy and Daniil Medvedev, who will both probably be in the top 40. I mean, he got there so quickly, he almost was able to hit down on the ball. Well, that was obscene how quickly he got to that ball. Hey, look at this.
Didn't miss by much. We saw him make one of those on the forehand side earlier.
Yeah.
Straight across the court, out the side.
Yeah, one name I haven't mentioned as well, Nicholas Jarry, who's
Yeah.
not garnered too much attention, but he's had an excellent ride. He's only 22. He will probably be inside the top 40 as well. So that's 6 or 7 guys I've just named who are around the sort of 21 mark, all inside the top 40, all having made really good jumps this season.
And yet, the other side, Rafa Nadal, Roger Federer, still 1 and 2.
Fantastic movement off the ball from De Minaur yet again. Wasn't that short, but it's just how comfortable he has taken the ball on the rise. Cilic was just caught napping.
Game, Cilic.
Cilic on the board in this third set, 1 game apiece.
Third set.
You know what's going to happen shortly?
Tell me.
They're going to cut the camera to that Rolex clock display as it ticks from 11:59 to 12 a.m.
Well, I just got Sunday's commentary rotor and I didn't see my name on it till 3 o'clock, so...
You're okay.
Are we counting the early hours?
I can tell you this. They say New York is the city that never sleeps. But when you're here at the U.S. Open, at some point you have to. It's a lot of tennis to take in.
Yeah, a lot for Ivan Sinkus to take in as well. Well, that was the first time we've seen a consistent change-up in the rally from Cilic. And I tell you what, he still had to work pretty hard to win the exchange.
Yes, he did.
Was the shot right there, just going back behind him, just elicited a slightly shorter ball.
Gave him enough time to actually get it there before De Minaur could recover. A rarity.
We'll see him use that slice just a little more.
No, that's what you were calling for. Change it up. Change.
Yeah.
Change pace.
Just give him a different rhythm.
What Cilic needs more than anything is to find a way to get a break, consolidate it, create a little gap in this set. Because even in the first set, when he got that early break, he wasn't able to create a gap, and he ended up giving it back.
Sure did.
Nicely done to the corner.
Yeah, but again, it's the height on the forehand that just draws a slightly ball with a little less pace on. This one here, that one just didn't quite have enough. Again, a little more height to the ball there, so he's just getting the ball up to his head, so he's not able to get as good hit on that one as he has done throughout the course of the match, and that gives Cilic just a little bit more time on the ball.
One break point saved.
13-14.
Another to go. One thing you know about Cilic is he won't stop thinking about it, and he won't stop trying to find an answer until there are no more points left to play.
Yeah, he's a tough cookie, this guy.
Game change.
There's a service break. 2-1, Cilic. Can he consolidate and try and gain a little separation from de Minaur?
We now lead by 2 sets to love.
Welcome to Sunday in New York.
Thank you.
Final match of this Saturday at the U.S. Open. Third round play inside Louis Armstrong Stadium between the 7-seed Marin Cilic and young 19-year-old Alex de Minaur of Australia. Cilic trailing Love 2 in sets. Just got a service break early in the third. See if he can build a little momentum with it.
Yeah, plenty of Aussies at home enjoying Sunday afternoon, mid-afternoon back home.
No. He did it again.
And it's his balance behind the ball. It's just so impressive, isn't it, here? I mean, that's a great recovery because he's moving to his left. Somehow he just hustles that one back into play. Look at this again after a long run. Just that's Djokovic-esque in terms of its balance off that two-hander. Asking to just dip the ball a little bit low. It was a good approach, though, from Cilic. Need to pass a tough one.
Red for service.
Sometimes when it's your night.
Yeah, that's rough. How much energy he has between points, isn't
He hasn't stopped that since the opening game of the match.
That's all.
Actually made the semis of the juniors here a couple of years ago, did de Minaur. Lost Love and Love in the semi-finals.
He's making out a little better in this one.
Yeah, she lost to Tommy Paul in that semi-final. Love and Love, American, is going to make his way up the rankings.
Of course, the junior qualifying tournament has been going on this couple of days, and the juniors will get underway during the week this week. And a break opportunity here for de Minaur to try and steal that momentum back that Cilic just got in the last game. That was Cilic saying in so many words, "Not so fast, my friend."
Advantage, Cilic.
It's perfect behind his first serve in this third set. 7 of 7 points won. One of the greatest returners of all time, Leighton Hewitt. One of the greatest, probably in the top 3 or 4 competitors ever to play the game. Still playing the game.
Playing Cilic.
Cilic consolidates the service break and has opened a small advantage
First set.
in this third set. 3 games to 1. So de Minaur took the first 2. Stay connected to the U.S. Open on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, all your social media channels. The conversation can be joined with the hashtag US Open.
15 love.
Well, it's not the biggest surprise he's missed it, is it? I mean,
No.
considering the
Argentina.
ridiculous defense again from de Minaur here. I mean, he's actually been able to get it to a good length as well. That was, given the fact he was at the full stretch. There's the land behind the service line. He has such good control at the end of his range. And again, the comparisons with Djokovic on a shot like this have to be drawn, because that is exactly the sort of shot you see Djokovic do time after time at the end of his range, with his seemingly his body weight almost kind of off balance, but the strength he has to control the racket head and use the pace and redirect it.
No! Put that one on your highlight reel. Alex de Minaur putting on a show in Armstrong. Marin Cilic up a break in this third set. Can he keep it going? Needs to win this set or his U.S. Open is over. That last point of that last service game, that's just, it's undoable.
There's been plenty of them there as well.
Yeah, and we've seen it repeatedly tonight. Cilic coming up to have a look. Will not challenge.
Ian Steiner in the chair. Experienced umpire. Measured the forehand up the line to perfection, as that was not an easy ball to deal with. de Minaur's little forehand dink cross court. It was short, stayed below the height of the net. This was tricky.
I'm just thinking for Cilic, finally a drop shot that he didn't get to.
Probably count them on one hand. Yeah.
Nice. Hasn't been able to do that as much as he probably thought he would be able to. Draw him out wide and hit behind.
Again, Cilic.
Service hold to love for Marin Cilic.
Cilic leads 4 games to
4
2.
games to 2
Third set.
in this third set. Now you're at the point where you're a player of Cilic's stature, former champion of this tournament. It's 1 point at a time, 1 game at a time to try and rebuild your way back into this match. Third ace of the match against 3 double faults for de Minaur. Cilic 5 aces, 6 double faults.
His forehand has been very secure this evening, de Minaur. That was a rare error. There's 21 unforced errors the entire evening for the Aussie. Interesting, that just looked like he was sort of stuck in between 2 decisions. He was sort of wanting to drag it cross court, then to go up the line and did neither, just ended up shoveling it deep.
Isn't that what you wonder about with a young player when you get to this point in a big match like this? Will the decisions get slower? Will the nerves get tighter? Round out 4-set win over Frances Tiafoe the other night.
Looks as well to my eye as they de Minaur may just have lost a little bit of sting off the ground he's in this set. Could be deceptive, but doesn't seem to be hitting the ball quite as aggressively.
Oh, Cilic finally able to win one of those.
Yeah, what he did so well here was off the drop shot. He actually didn't overcommit, so he hits the drop shot. Watch, he actually stays on the same side of the court and kind of almost teases de Minaur to go with the one cross as if he's not going to be there, but then he makes the move to cover it. And this guy just does not know when he's beaten, does he?
No, he doesn't give up on anything.
Cilic.
Opportunity here for the former champion. Try and put a clamp on this third set. Create some doubt in the mind of his young opponent.
Yes.
Nothing has come easy for Cilic tonight. Scrap, claw, fight. Got it.
Advantage.
And just a little more patience shown in the early part of the rally. That certainly helped in that particular leg call, but this is not an easy finish. Plenty of height over the net.
Great ball. As I said, nothing has come easy tonight for Cilic.
And you consider so many of these balls he's hit in this position have actually gone back cross court, but catching Cilic a little cold.
Advantage. De Minaur.
Well, fighting off a couple of break points, now putting himself in position to try and hold serve.
Led for service.
I mentioned earlier in the match, one of the things that Cilic had done really well through 2 rounds is convert when he had opportunities to break. He's only 3 of 8 tonight.
Hughes.
There's a double. First of this set, 4th of the match for de Minaur. Yeah, Cilic in the opening 2 rounds of the tournament was 65% converting break points.
Led for service.
Like he's taking a little bit longer between points as well, de Minaur, at the moment. It's such a well thought out point, but again he still had to hit a couple of balls that perhaps wouldn't otherwise have come back. And he's timed the move around the ball here perfectly. Look at this, he's just waiting for the one that's just a little more floaty. So there it is, hits his feet around the ball here. Still a great dig. And it had to be that good, the drop shot. It's great feel.
Third time was not the charm. You know, thinking about what you're saying about de Minaur taking a little more time between points. They've been on the court nearly 2 hours, and he has done a lot of running.
Led for service.
Side to side to side, and up and back and up and back. Got it.
Advantage. De Minaur.
Cilic must have thought as he hit the pass he was at least going to get another ball and make a pass on. No such joy.
Game De Minaur.
3 break points saved. And a service hold. 3-4.
For games to 3.
de Minaur trying to win it out.
Leads by Czeslaw.
Marin Cilic to serve, up a break. Down 2 sets. 4-3 in the third. Another.
Love
Right on the stripe.
You can see it's a big improvement in set number 3.
15 all.
Three of his 6 aces in the match have been in this set.
Didn't get it. Just decelerated on the forehand.
15, 30.
So just a little late, didn't really go after the ball.
You're talking about de Minaur maybe taking a little more time between serves. He's used so much energy.
That's all. Mr. Domina. Changing the call left side of the line. Or was calling.
All right, we'll have a chase review here. Just watching to see if he's doing that little jog in place thing still when he's on the receiving end of serves.
Mr. Domina has 2 challenges remaining.
Well in. Still going.
It was a well-played forehand on that occasion. He didn't try to hit it too hard. He recognised the quality of the return. He was on the back foot. Went for depth.
Turning the tide. Marin Cilic giving his opponent some of what he has been dished a lot tonight.
And some of the tennis on show out here is
It's something else, huh?
it really is. And Cilic will know that he has the physical reserves for this to go as long as it needs to be. And a fine effort in this 3rd set. One thing we don't know is how long this guy can go for. Interesting, then, when he's played about 40 matches in his fledgling career as de Minaur at the highest level. 12 of them have actually been best of 5. He's played a fair few, of course. He's played a couple for his country. Like the 3rd round of Wimbledon this year.
RT 15.
Just not quite leaning on that one, was he? Just pulling off it a little bit. Just get the sense he's not quite got the energy in terms of on the ball right now that he had in the first couple of sets. That was a bit of a slap. He wasn't behind the ball there, and a little look of concerning look, really, for the very first time in this match over towards his corner. Discomfort.
So Cilic takes the third set in 43 minutes. We play on in Louis Armstrong Stadium. So Cilic to serve to start the fourth set. Needs to win this one if he's going to stay in the tournament.
Slice has come into play a lot more for Cilic in that third set.
You mentioned earlier about 5-set matches that Cilic had played, and just in this 2018 season, de Minaur has played 4 matches of 4 sets or longer. Of course, those only occurring in the Grand Slams or in Davis Cup, but he played a 4-setter with Thomas Berdych at the Australian Open. He lost that one. Circus point.
I mean, he just run out of superlatives. It is insane how quick this guy's around the court. I mean, this is the perfect volley. I mean, you can't go through the guy, so you've got to go around him. So you put it wide, and he's still there. No wonder he stares down towards his corner after that point. He has, though, lost a little bit of pace on the forehand as de Minaur.
That's so you were talking about, you know, the energy. Does he have the stamina and so on? He lost that 4th set in Australia, 1-6. So then you move on to Roland Garros. He was knocked out in the first round in 3 sets. At Wimbledon, 2 4-set plus matches. Both wins. Lost the 2nd set of both of those matches, came back to win them both in 4. And then here, 2 days ago against Frances Tiafoe, losing the 3rd set before coming back to win it in 4.
Silence during the point. Thank you. Game Cilic.
So Cilic with the hold to start this fourth set.
And just to confirm what we were talking about in terms of the forehand speed.
Yep.
Numbers dropped significantly. Set number 1, 73 miles an hour. Set number 2, 70. And set number 3, de Minaur's forehand speed, 66 miles an hour. So it's beginning to decline.
And interpret it as a sign of maybe a little fatigue setting in.
Yeah, I think obviously you got to give a little bit of credit to his opponent as well, because you can only hit the ball sometimes as hard as you're allowed. But
Yep.
definitely think he has just lost a little bit of penetration off the ground. Really important he's able to stay with Cilic in these early stages of this fourth set. Obvious reasons.
Pressure's all on Cilic, although he answered that pressure in the third.
And more importantly, the momentum is with Cilic, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing for Cilic is he got the break early in that third set and was able to do something with it. In the prior sets, like the first set, he got the break early, but he hold. He quickly gave it back. Service hold to love. One apiece.
Oh, that was an excellent service game. Really impressive half volley. He does redirect pace so well, does de Minaur.
the few, the proud, trying to give their countrymen a boost.
Yeah, they're not quite the fanatics, are they?
I think it sounded like there were about 3 of them singing.
Fanatics, the famous group of Aussie fans that travel globally.
I'll tell you who had a crowd here the other day. Canadian fans. When both Raonic and Shapovalov played in this stadium.
Yeah, Anderson actually after that match described it as like a raucous college atmosphere.
It was. Roof was closed because of some rain showers that had come through, and the Canadian fans were packed in the building, and I was standing in there outside the broadcast booths. There's a little terrace that overlooks the camera side of the court, and it was deafening, the roar. It was great. What an atmosphere. There are just some fans. It doesn't matter what time it is. I'm staying till it's over. It's a point of pride.
Well, back-to-back backhand winners.
I went to a baseball game once, a regulation American baseball game, last 9 innings, but if the teams are tied, you keep playing. Lasted 17 innings. And I was there.
You guys don't do draws, do you, over here?
No, sir. Not well.
Would have been a point each and they'd have been long gone in the UK, Al.
Yep. Let that 90 minutes tick off the clock and go.
Share of the spoils, as we like to call it. just not quite doing enough with that forehand, is he? Out of the corners before, that was coming back with interest. It was putting Cilic under pressure. Now he's just maybe just half a step slower to get there. It doesn't quite. That ball's a little too central. Then suddenly he's not quite as quick to recover. I'll say not quite as quick in the loosest possible terms, because he is still electrifyingly quick around the court.
Very efficient service hold for Cilic. 2 games to 1 in the 4th set.
Thank you.
On serve then in this 4th set. Playing for a spot, of course, in the run of 16. Already got one Croatian through, one Australian through. Millman and Coric, respectively. He does get some good pop off that first serve for a guy just 5'11". Some good leverage into the court. See where he finishes. He lands off the first, but inside the baseline. Same for the second as well. That time just couldn't get out of it quickly enough.
Not giving up. Just have a feeling that this 4th set is going to be a real grinder.
Yeah, not giving up is this in this man's DNA. He's just not that sort of guy.
And for the young one, too. Might have had a little momentum slowed down, but he is not going to give up by any stretch of the imagination. USOpenShop.org, the official shop for 2018 US Open merchandise. Choose from the largest selection of 2018 tees, caps, towels, outerwear, and collectibles at USOpenShop.org. Open right now.
Right now?
Right now. You know it's getting to be one of those late night sessions when you step out of the booth for a restroom break during the changeover and the cleaning crew has already taken over that part of the building to get it ready for the day session tomorrow.
Good start to this 5th game. Managed to get through a couple of tough ones. I haven't seen him use that first serve too often either.
I was going to say, where's that shot been for Marin a lot of the night, where he was able to just catch de Minaur flat-footed.
Kicker out wide to start the point. And just almost deterring, or trying to deter de Minaur from really taking the serve as early as he has been by just going directly at him.
Get a feeling he senses a little more of an opening than he did earlier.
I think physically he believes he's going to be the stronger if it does go to 5, that's for sure.
Yeah.
As he should do. It's interesting because on his honeymoon they actually found a court. He was down there with obviously his wife, and after they had a week off they found a practice court on one of the islands where he was having a holiday. They were able just to use it. He got his coach down there. He did some good work. He was saying just before he went to Canada. Put in a lot of hard yards.
Service hold. Marin Cilic, 3 games to 2. 4th set of this 3rd round match at the US Open. Alex de Minaur serving at 2-3 on serve here in this 3rd set. He leads Cilic 2 sets to 1.
Yeah, 71,902 just to be put an actual number on it today.
Yeah.
Single day attendance record for the 2nd consecutive day.
That was after setting a new opening day attendance record earlier in the week. Kind of getting to that interesting point in the set where in a couple of the prior sets, the key service break, the change of momentum happened. If earlier today you were watching any of the Roger Federer-Nick Kyrgios match next door in Arthur Ashe Stadium, 2 players who don't waste any time stepping up to the service line and hit. Almost looks like de Minaur's picked up his pace a little bit. Hitting these serves with a lot of time left on the serve clock and trying to see if he can go at a quicker pace than before. Three all.
He's done really well. He's the 19-year-old.
It's a good answer after dropping that 3rd set 6-3.
Yeah, definitely was a drop-off in his level, but he's been able to stay and keep pace with Cilic here.
So now Cilic with new tennis balls, serving in the 7th game of this set. Still, as in earlier parts of the match, having to play the extra ball, that time probably 2 from what he might normally have.
He hasn't quite got as much length on the return, is he? Either in the last set and a half. He's just allowed Cilic just to have a look at a few more short balls. Mentioning the work he did just prior to Canada, it was actually in the island of Korčula, which is not far from Split. Beautiful court. We're on a holiday resort down there. Lovely, stunning court. If you actually go on his Instagram page, he's like a wonderful video of it.
It's funny, you were telling that story, and I'm thinking, you know, there will be some people that would say, wait, he brought his coach in and he practiced on his honeymoon, but these are professional athletes. There are a few days off, and great of his wife to know, hey, this is the business that she got into.
Especially in a career that's probably only got 3 or 4 more years at the very highest level for Cilic.
Yeah.
Turns 30, of course, pretty soon, so time is of the essence. That was heard by everyone, wasn't it?
You can feel the tension between them building, the pressure on the points.
Yep. White, Mr. Cilic. Sending the call left, the air ball was blocked.
All right, Cilic wants a look, so we'll have a chase review. Chair umpire seemed pretty certain it was wide, confirmed the linesman's call, but we'll let the electronic line calling do so as well.
Mr. Cilic has 2 challenges remaining.
Had to play 3 extra shots there, but finally got it done.
Cilic leads 4 games to 3, 4 sets. Maybe now leads by 2 sets to 1. Thank you.
Got it past him.
And he just made the move in a little bit late, didn't he? He came from a deep position, so it was always going to be tough if he didn't hit this 4 and up the line well enough. Just doesn't quite get Cilic out of position enough, and nonetheless, it was a quality pass.
Just turned into a tasty little late-night tennis snack, hasn't it? Marin Cilic, far court, Alex de Minaur, the 19-year-old Australian trying to knock the former U.S. Open winner out. Cilic had no answers for the young, speedy Australian in the opening couple of sets, but started to find some in the third, won that third set. You just feel the belief pouring off of Cilic right now.
He's disgusted with that miss, Cilic. The look on his face, a second serve into the slot.
The slightest of openings here on de Minaur's serve for Cilic. De Minaur has still been very effective winning his second serves in this match. But double faults there.
14.
Now a real opening for Cilic. In the 8th game with 2 break points. Only converted 4 of 10 in the match, though. One saved,
13-14.
one still out there.
Wide net for service.
Just someone calling out in the crowd, I think, just disturbed Cilic momentarily.
Thank you.
But again, you reference how quickly De Minaur was playing. Not too quick. Oh,
And a
Which-
foot fault.
well, that's the first time I think in the match.
Yeah. Gotta call it if it is. Two break points saved.
And much like Leighton Hewitt, in many ways, you sort of feel could be the spur he needs to get him over the line, just to fire him up a little bit, because it almost kind of got him angry, didn't it? I mean, he was unlucky, Cilic, because the ball sat up there, but this reaction was most definitely fueled by a bit of frustration.
Missed it.
Mr. Cilic,
Challenge.
China Polania ball left right.
Well, it was travelling slowly, so Damian Steiner, surely he's got the best view of it from where he is. It's right underneath him.
Chase review. Ooh. Out.
Bandage. De Minaur.
I feel like he's been a little more willing to, again, just hit back behind De Minaur a little more as the match has gone on. He's not quite given him so many balls to actually run onto.
Replay on.
Advantage. De Minaur.
Smoked it.
And smoked it off a dead ball as well, because there was nothing really to work with here. But De Minaur, again, just a little guilty of just floating that one up. Not a lot, in truth. Some shot.
How did clear the net? And another chance for Cilic to try and get the first break of this fourth set.
Net, second serve.
It's just, that's just incredible. Back to the glory days of heavyweight boxing. Two greats standing there just slugging at each other and nobody willing to give in.
And the forehand up the line that de Minaur hit was just proved to be the wrong choice of shot because it got him out of position in the rally and he didn't recover. Cilic had a wide open court to work with, struck it well.
Keep giving a player like Cilic break opportunities. He's going to convert on one of them sooner or later.
0 from 3 in this set and just 4 from 13 in the match as a whole. It was a really poor return of serve from Cilic. He's pushed the ball back into the court and got himself stuck far too deep behind the baseline.
I think de Minaur thought his shot was out, going the other way because he just stopped. But either way, here is break opportunity number 5 for Cilic. The great body serve to start it off.
Yeah, full commitment to the forehands weren't there as well. Threw himself into the last one.
Thank you. Advantage, de Minaur.
It's not just my imagination, right? He's pushing the pace of play. He's stepping up to that service line quickly in this set. Five break points saved. Is Cilic challenging the call? Yes, he is.
Should he be allowed to? That's the question because he'd missed it. And that's what de Minaur's questioning.
But he missed it. He missed the return, and then when he saw he missed the return, he challenged.
Exactly. Very debatable whether that should have been allowed. It matters not, though. Just relishes it, doesn't he? It's in his DNA, competing
So two things there. 5 break points saved, but Cilic is out of challenges for the rest of this set.
Thank you. Thank you. Please.
And now in the 9th game, with de Minaur having held on and not given up the service break, the pressure here all on Cilic. He must hold.
I think he's just
There.
asking where the mark is.
Yeah, well, but again, there's the problem. He's used all of his challenges.
And it's interesting as well because the mark on a hard court tends not to be exactly where the ball landed.
Mm-hmm.
And we were discussing. And he's almost kind of having to suck that up because he
He walked up to look at the mark.
it's about 3 millimeters in general, the difference between where the ball actually landed and where the mark will be, because the compression of the ball. So when it lands, it's actually the compression that is when the ball makes a mark on a hard court. Usually about a 3 millimeter differential. And where the mark is can be a little misleading.
And the electronic line calling compensates for that.
Yep. Cilic coming in from a deep position. You could see he was playing it from an open stance position, so it was a little tougher for him to actually get as tight to the net as he will have wanted. Even if he had done, it still would have been a tough first volley.
Back and forth they go.
And time for Cilic to go to the old faithful. Good angle, wide serve, big into the space.
de Minaur with the big rush in to try and get that second serve. But Cilic holds.
De Minaur leads by 2-1.
Louis Armstrong Stadium on a New York Saturday night, Sunday morning. Alex de Minaur serving, trailing 4-5. Fourth set, won the first two, lost the third to Marin Cilic.
Now 15.
If you have just tuned in, perhaps in Australia, the United States West Coast, or you're a New York all-nighter, you have missed a phenomenal tennis match. This young 19-year-old has been all over the place in keeping the former champion guessing. But as much as de Minaur has been all over the place and kept Cilic guessing, Cilic has not given in. He stuck with it even when he was frustrated, even when he couldn't find any answers. He hung in. Finally, in the third set, began to come up with some things that gained him some ground.
Not giving away any ground at that point. It's been a good game from Cilic.
A double. And Cilic will have set points. Remember, de Minaur saved 5 break points during his last service game.
Out. 30-14.
Another break point saved, but still another set point in Cilic's favor.
Just couldn't get the left arm around the outside edge of the ball enough to, add enough spin to bring it down.
Cilic wins the 4th and will go the distance. What a match. Cilic fighting for his US Open life. Marin Cilic fighting back from 2 sets down, serving to start the 5th. Mentioned some time ago that Cilic has 5 comebacks from down 2 sets in his career. And of course, de Minaur only playing the 3rd 5-set match of his tour level career. 1-1 is his record in those 5-set matches. What will the difference be?
Yeah, and Cilic a very positive 7-1 in his 5-set matches in New York City. The only guy to beat him, Kei Nishikori in 2010.
And a service hold to love to start the deciding 5th set. On a day that has seen a number of seeds knocked out, and on a court where a number of top seeds have been knocked out over the course of the opening 6 days of this tournament. This is where Simona Halep, the top seed in women's play, was knocked out on day 1. This is where the 2nd seed in women's play, Caroline Wozniacki, was knocked out. Earlier today, the 4th and 5th seeds, Angelique Kerber, Petra Kvitova, knocked out. And Alexander Zverev, the 4th seed in men's play, knocked out on this court earlier today.
That was reminiscent of the sort of rallies we had in the opening set.
And for a long time at the beginning of this match, it looked like Marin Cilic was a really good candidate to be added to that list of upsets, but he's fought back. This is anybody's guess how this is going to turn out over the next hour. Will de Minaur have enough left in the tank to overcome a champion who clearly feels momentum on his side?
Yeah, I think he has enough will Whether he has enough physically, again, is I'm not sure. It's not going to be for a lack of determination
Godzilla.
and courage.
Two service holds at love to start the 5th set.
One game all. Final set.
I think there's just 2 of them left. Oh, it's great. Well, those that have stayed are seeing one whale of a match, aren't they? And now you sit here in a match like this that's had its waves of momentum, and you sit here and you wait almost on the edge of your seat for what's going to be the moment. What's going to be the point or the instance where this match turns one way or the other for good.
Well, there was some get, but it was the fact the forehand came through so flat that made Cilic's change of direction a difficult one here. I mean, this obviously was a little fortunate, but it was this shot. Look how low this one stays on Cilic. Just almost, his body weight is leaning up. His whole body's coming up, and therefore, tough shot to change direction on.
Opening for an early break here.
I like the idea, especially at love 30. Put the pressure on your opponent, he just didn't get enough depth to it. Cilic stayed cool though. It's also one of those situations where, even though it didn't work on the previous point, Cilic in his head now is just thinking, where's he going here?
Got it.
Well, it was only 81 miles an hour the second serve, but it was compensated by a large amount of kick.
Got the ball up high.
Great finish.
Good fight back from down love 30. Break point.
Yeah, it's been an aggressive game, hasn't it? He's asked Cilic to come up with a couple of passes, sticking to his guns here.
Service break. And the lead in the fifth and final set to the young Australian Alex de Minaur. A lot of tennis still to be played, though.
De Minaur leads 2-1, final set.
19-year-old Alex de Minaur of Australia serving here. Up a break, fifth set. U.S. Open, third round. Can he consolidate and open a little lead on the 2014 champion? Double fault wasn't the way he intended to start, for sure.
Of course, Leighton has his own academy these days in the Bahamas. Albany Tennis Academy that he looks after. Australia's Davis Cup captain to boot.
And former champion.
Singles and doubles. Of course, Leighton won his first major here in the doubles with Max Mirny.
Now another opening. Cilic with 2 break points just after giving up the service break. Remember, in that last set, de Minaur had the game where he saved 5 break points.
That was a wild one.
That was the hold serve, then Cilic broke him to win the set. Cilic with the service break right back. And we are even. 2 sets apiece, 2 games apiece. What a night. Bet the social media chat about this one is big. You can stay connected to the U.S. Open on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. The hashtag is US Open.
The man that just got out of his seat, Slaven, is a physical trainer of Marin Cilic. The role that he's played certainly comes to the fore right now.
Yes, sir. They've been on court for 3 hours, 16 minutes. That last set was 55 minutes long. Somebody's got to win at least 4 more games to wrap this up.
He's back to taking that second serve on about as aggressively as we've seen.
He almost gets a running start into the court as the ball is struck.
Yeah.
Cilic is known right from the opening game of the match that when he gets de Minaur running like that, if he's going to get a winner out of it, he's got to get it right to the edge. And it's been easy for him to go over the edge several times during the match. That's the pressure that the speedy ones made him play under.
Yeah, and against a lot of other players, that 4 and up the line, Cilic might have actually been tempted to take a couple of steps forward, but at the moment, and as you say, given the quality lateral movement of this guy, he's just hanging around on the baseline.
the third ace of this set already for Cilic out of those 11.
He actually hasn't served many, has he? 11 for the match. I mean,
Nope.
he averages about 11 for a 3-set match over the course of his career.
Point.
You know, a lot to do with the quality of the returner.
Needs a new tool to try and save break point.
And that is very out of character for him as well. I mean, it's completely understandable given the situation. And this sort of cauldron of pressure that he's under right now, and what's on the line here. Oh man, just 19 years of age, remember. That was some forehand again. I mean, he's made the change of direction there look simple, but it was not. There was a good return. It came back at him quickly.
Cilic holds. Serve pressure back to the other side of the net. 5 games into the 5th set. The pressure now on Alex de Minaur, serving at 2-3, 5th set. Starts with a double fault.
Interesting as well how he didn't get any body weight behind the serve. You could see where he fell on that occasion and was leaning backwards a little. That was a good camera angle to see as well. Just the ball just dropping a little bit before he actually struck it. He's been a little passive here.
Love 40.
Cilic, anything but passive.
Is this the moment that turns the match permanently in favor of Cilic? Still 2 more to save. de Minaur's not been afraid of these service break situations throughout the whole match. He's faced a lot of break points, and Cilic has not been able to close on them.
14.
He has saved 14 of 20 break points. But he still needs another. Cilic gets the service break. Pulls ahead in the 5th set. 4-2.
Just incredible discipline from Marin Cilic, and they just didn't have the legs, did he, right at the end, the Australian. Just covered so much ground in the exchange. Cilic having to continue to hit 3, 4, 5 quality shots just to win the rally. Outstanding from both. de Minaur was running through, or threatening to run through the first serve.
Got a little flex of the leg there for the first time.
Yeah, that lactic acid is understandably building up.
And that serve has come alive in this set when he's needed it most.
Certainly has made 9 of 12 first serves. It's a rare error. And you have to say the quality of hitting from Cilic, given the circumstances, given the time, the length they've been out on court, how hard he's had to work to win his points as well. Been admirable. How good this guy's been in this 5th set.
And again, the serve when he's needed it most in this last set. Alex de Minaur serving to stay in the match. Oh, he got it! Bent it like Beckham.
Didn't have the legs on the smash, did he here? He just couldn't get back, he couldn't push off. And that was a touch fortuitous, but...
Two points away.
What a fine effort this has been. I mean, it has all come down to the physical side at the end of the day, isn't it? But
yeah. So frustrated in those first couple of sets was Cilic. So frustrated. Never gave up. 1 point away.
You know, Alan, you talk about why these days 18, 19-year-olds aren't winning majors. This is a perfect match to illustrate that. The physical reserves you need in this sport, in this day and age. It's impossible to build it up.
Match points for Cilic.
He came so close. Those early stages of the fourth were key, weren't they?
Yes. Around the post and in to save another match point.
Well, he's got absolutely no business making this shot, given what we've seen in this last game as well, where he has looked as though he's on his last legs. Somehow manufactures a backhand of quality at full stretch.
Thank you.
Still another match point faced by de Minaur. He missed it.
"19 years of age, he has won plenty of friends inside the Louis Armstrong Stadium and won plenty of fans, I'm sure. They're going to be following him a little closer from this point on. Character in droves. What a courageous effort.
Double fault. Is that all the legs? 3 double faults in this fifth
Yeah,
set?
especially after all the running he's done in this game, just to actually regroup.
Advantage, de Minaur. Thank you. Thank you. Advantage, Cilic.
So again, standing on the edge. A 4th match point for Cilic. surely he finally had him too wide to come back from.
Very intelligent shot from Cilic. All things considered, struck it with enough pace to so it was able to force de Minaur well wide of the sideline.
And as the clock strikes 2 a.m. in New York, Cilic with a 5th match point.
Left for service.
Well, Australia's produced some pretty tough tennis players over the years. One of them, of course, sitting on the side of the court today. Has produced many great champions as well. If this guy continues to produce this level, he may well join them. It certainly won't be for a lack of trying, will it?
No.
Advantage. De Minaur.
What a warrior.
This is all just to try and get it to 3-5. Think of the fight. 5 match points saved, and he's just trying to keep the match going 1 point at a time. Missed it.
Yeah, the crowd were a little late to react to it. I mean, he's just running on fumes.
Too good on both parts.
I mean, the quality in this game,
Oh, that's ridiculous.
considering how long we've been out on court, the time it is. Exceptional.
Advantage. De Minaur.
Such heart. Great fight to save 5 match points. But now Cilic still up a break to serve for the match.
Please. Thank you. Thank you.
Wisely took his time. We saw the shot clock just appear above the screen. He was right on it, wasn't he? It's a sensible decision because
Lebanon. Challenge call left on the service. Ball was called in.
De Minaur with a challenge. Is it a desperation challenge? Chase review. Oh, well in.
Mr. Lebanon has 2 challenges remaining.
It's an I'm so tired, I'm not sure what I'm seeing challenge.
Thank you.
Will he charge the second serve here? He was going to, wasn't he? And Cilic knew it as well.
His first serve attempt to the deuce court has been out wide.
Thank you, players already. Thank you.
See if he goes there again.
And he's anxiously looking at the shot clock. Of course, he's already had 1 warning.
He did. De Minaur was ready for it.
And then he still struck an incredibly clean return, considering the pace of the serve.
14.
A break point
Thank you,
chance
please.
here
Thank you.
to give himself a chance to tie the match.
Excellent forehand. Made the pass a difficult one, that's all he could ask.
Thank you.
3 hours, 45 minutes on court. Both these players exhausted. Still a humid night. Nobody giving in.
Cilic.
Is this the match point that seals it?
Please, not now, please.
Oh, a little surprised he went out to the backhand side, because that's been the one that he's been able to get a hold of on the second. De Minaur was just sitting on it. Where does it go now? Having gone wide prolifically.
Please.
missed it.
Oh, he just squeezed the space, didn't he? That was so key. I mean, he took the approach early, back down the middle, hasn't really given Cilic a whole lot of room to work with here. He's giving him no angles to play with. Forced to create one all of his own.
Missed it. Cilic challenges. Chase review. de Minaur breaks.
What is going through Cilic's head right now?
That's it.
I'll share very briefly one of the things that went through his head is, why are these people all cheering for him?
Yeah. And you have to just marvel at the quality.
You know what I think I marvel the most at? The determination, the fortitude, the stamina. They've been on court for almost 4 hours.
And this young man is just 19.
Yeah. Well, kids, they don't ever sleep at night anyway.
Tell me about it.
5-all.
Well, epic is probably a slightly overused word in our industry, but this most certainly is just that. Where is he pulling these reserves from? I mean,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
just finding something extra.
Please. Thank
Same
you.
for Cilic. The pressure on Marin's side of the net for the service game.
He's just waiting for that wide one, isn't he? You've got to think Cilic has just got to try and change it up a little, because even though he missed that return on his racket,
Nice touch. 30 all. 30 love.
That's it. to love.
Nice time to throw one of those in. Service hold to love. Cilic leads 6-5. de Minaur serving to keep the match going. de Minaur serving to send it to a tiebreak.
It's also worth mentioning we're about 7 minutes away now from the latest finish in US Open history. 2:26 a.m. is the latest ever finish. Happened on 3 occasions, I'm led to believe.
Now the pressure really builds. Cilic breaks serve here, the match is over. de Minaur holds. We go to a 5th set tiebreak. Love 30. Cilic will challenge that one, ask for a look.
Asking Damian Steiner as well what he thinks.
Chase review. Again, de Minaur down to match point. Cilic for a 7th time to try and close the match. How do you save 7 match points and have it not be enough?
Well, it's not even as if Cilic has played badly, is it, on the 7 match points?
You know?
I mean, it's been the quality of de Minaur that's forced the errors out of him.
And he needs at least a couple more. It's over. Marin Cilic wins in 4 hours, 5 sets.
An absolute class right to the end, Marin Cilic. What a match. The Croatian eventually prevails, will go some way to beating that in terms of quality over the course of the next week.